Hey guys, Jake here, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I've decided to just rant, honestly. I'm going to talk about The Sims. The Sims 4 specifically. So, what am I going to talk about today? We're actually going to, honestly, okay. We're going to turn down music. Yeah, we're going to turn down music, because this is a ranty, and I don't need a ranty video, and I don't need... Anyway. Today I'm going to talk about the failures of the Sims 5, Sims 4. I hope the Sims 5 is better. So let's talk about the Sims 4. So, let's talk about what's good. What do I like about the Sims 4? So, the character's creation, I think, is really good, and better than any of the other Sims games' character creation. Obviously, I have a lot of custom content, which I like better than a lot of the, you know, hair that comes with the game, but to be fair, there is good hair that comes with the game. I just don't like them as much, so I use custom content, which is fine. I don't think that's bad, and I think there are some good hairstyles that are in the game. Now, I think most of them didn't come with the base game. The base game, okay, Sims 4 base is awful, like in almost every way. I think the ability to drag and slide and everything is really good and really helpful, and allows for a lot of customization of your character, and I think that of your sim, and I think that's, you know, great and everything. I've created some form of monster. Oh god. Actually, wait. It kind of looks like Golem. Wait. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Is there a no eyebrows option? Yes. What is the difference between these two? Can someone explain this to me? I don't think anyone can. Anyway, I think the character creation with the amount you can customize your person is great. Whatever. Let's talk about the ages. So you've got the toddlers, which I skip the toddlers every time, because the toddlers are the most annoying thing in this game. And it's because they are... Every single toddler thing that is in the game, like all of the beds, have like a level 1 energy, which basically means that it takes them like 5 years to get their energy boosted. So like they're always tired, and then their food goes down super, like literally their food, if you put them to sleep at full food and they're at really low energy and you put them to sleep, their energy will not be up by the time their food has been completely depleted. That is how awful the toddler stuff is in this game. I don't have the toddler stuff expansion, but I looked into the objects, and none of the beds give you extra energy. So you still have the same problem, and the reason why the toddlers are so annoying in this game. We don't need to talk about babies, because they're objects in this game. That's another bad thing about this game. Just thought I'd mention it. I actually think the children are pretty fun. I think they need to have more like stuff to do, but I don't think that the kids are all that bad in this game, honestly. Then we get to teenagers, which are literally just young adults, but like have slightly different body types because they're teens. And it makes no sense. Like before, like thank God that they added toddlers, because if you guys don't know, when The Sims 4 first came out, you went from baby to full child to full teenager. That was your aging. And it made no sense. Toddler at least added, but I swear, you need something in between this and this. And even if they just changed the way the teen looked to make the teen look like a slightly younger teen, I think that would be fine. So there's actually a difference between teens and young adults. The only thing between them is that you get an extra trait. They can both do basically all the exact same stuff. They can't do actually all the same stuff, but they can do most of the same stuff. They're just going to high school and they don't have a job, so they can't make money. It's like, I mean, unless you have a part-time job. I never do that, though. But there's just... I don't understand why there's no gameplay for anything other than young adult and adult. Teens have barely, like, basically no gameplay, and especially no gameplay that is just theirs. Like, sure, you can play video games, you can do stuff that teens would do, but also the adults can do that. There's nothing that, like, is, like, teen exclusive, which, I mean, I get. I'm an adult now. I do things that teens do, because I'm also still a teen, because I'm 18, but it's both, you know? But, like, with child, at least there's, like, monkey bars and, like playgrounds and, like, that kind of stuff, and that's, like, child exclusive. But teens have nothing. They have nothing that's, like, their own thing. They don't, like, hang out and listen to, like, emo music. And I feel like that's the other thing, is these Sims have no personality. I'm randomizing this because I'm done looking at whatever I've created. But they have no personality. Because, listen, some of these are kind of personality-wise, like bookworm, foodie, art lover, perfectionist, those can kind of, and music lover, like, this entire section, the hobby section, those can kind of be, like, someone's, like, they really are into that thing. And, like, maybe someone's a bro, or someone's mean or jealous. Like, there's certain things from here as well. And certain ones from this, like childish. But, like, it doesn't give your character actual personality. It just kind of gives them an emotional effect every once in a while that you never use because the emotions do nothing in this game and was a pointless addition to this game. I understood what they were trying to do. I understand what they were trying to do. I think they failed, basically. And these are kind of the same thing. Nothing changes when you pick any of these. I always go with Creative Genius Geek. That's just like what I go with when I create a character. Because I just like those traits. Because again, they don't do anything. Creative people will get inspired every once in a while. Genius people will get focused every once in a while. And geeks just need to play video games or they get tense. And you get a boost from playing video games. And just a boost in, like, through an emotion. These Sims become happy when reading sci-fi or playing video games. May become tense if they haven't played much, and better at finding collectibles and can discuss geek things with other geek Sims. It doesn't really add anything. Creative Sims. These Sims tend to be inspired, can share creative ideas with other Sims, and may become upset if they're not creative for a period of time. In Genius Sims, these Sims tend to be focused and can share ideas with other Sims, and may become upset if they haven't improved their mental skill in some time. Like, it's all the same thing, and all it has to do is with emotion. Like, it doesn't actually add anything to your gameplay. It doesn't add anything to your character's personality. Look at The Sims 3. Look at how many traits were in The Sims 3, and how much those traits really gave your character personality. They made you feel like that character really was that person that you tried to create them as, and doesn't just feel like, oh, they're a person that's exactly the same as every other person, except their emotions change when you do certain stuff. And it's just a bad implementation of a good idea. And then we get to aspirations. I do not have all the aspirations because I don't have 2 of the packs that have aspirations, which is Strangeville and Ego Lifestyle. I believe those are the only 2 that I don't have that have aspirations that come with them. The aspirations are awful in this game. That's as simple as that. I mean, Sim wants to be friends with all the animals. And, like, all of these just have, like, little things. You can do almost any of these aspirations in one in one session of playing, depending on how long you're gonna play. And a lot of people that play The Sims for hours on end, and you can finish some of these pretty simply. Love, you can finish literally in, like, 2 Sim days, almost. Like, the love one is, like, the easiest thing on the planet. Like, especially, like, Soulmate. That's what I'm talking about, because this one, Serial Romantic, takes a little bit. But soulmate, literally, and you could definitely do serial romantic quickly, but soulmate, easiest thing. You can do that so quickly. Animal lover, you basically, this one can be done really simply as well. The only ones that actually take any amount of time are athletic, because you have to join the athletic career. Actor, because you have to join the acting career. And both of the master chef and master mixologist, because you have to, again, join those careers. And then knowledge, like, the academic one takes some time because you have to, the university classes take a certain amount of time in game to complete, so obviously that one takes a little bit of time, but you have no incentive to complete these or to finish these because they don't really give you anything at all. You just feel so like there's nothing to do. The gameplay in this game is lacking to a degree that is almost unprecedented. Let's go with, let's just pick a random aspiration. Okay. Oops. Okay, let's pick another one. Okay, family. Okay, let's go with that. Okay. And those are his traits. So, if this is the character we make, whatever, I'm just using this as an example. So we can get into the game. Also, that does nothing. Let's just go to Willow Creek. Let's go to base game. But let's just put down in this starter home. Which starter home do we want to start in? Let's start in this starter home. Why not? I don't think I've ever started in the starter home. I think I've started in the other two. This is not a start of a series. This is a rant. I might do a series. I actually have an idea of doing a series and doing the only possible thing. The only thing I could think of. I've definitely started in this house before. It's actually a pretty good starter home. Like for stuff, you have like a TV, you have a bookshelf, you have bed, bathroom, like everything. Like this is not a bad starter home. Now the layout might be awful and the outside doesn't look great, but I'm not like upset with it. Unlike some of the builds that they've made. What kind of fish is that? Is that a rainbow fish? Yes, it is. But basically what I wanted to show here was actually let's I haven't played Sims in a while, so I'm like messing up all the controls. But what were his traits? I didn't actually really look at them. Ambitious, romantic, and hot-headed. So every once in a while, he'll get angry. That's it. Romantic. He'll become flirty every once in a while. And they become sad if they don't have romantic social interaction. Ambitious people. These people gain moodlets, emotions, like the moods, from career success, gain negative moodlets from career failure, and may become upset if not promoted. Again, none of that makes this character have any personality at all. It just makes it every once in a while, we're down here, where he is, it'll change a different color, and he'll be able to do a few more social interactions while that moodlet is on. I think furniture is another thing that's pretty good in this game. I will say one thing that's always bothered me with this game is that we don't have a color wheel anymore. I like having the swatches. I think the swatches are great. However, I also would really love a color wheel because I'm going to see if I can find a bed that I like but don't like any of the swatches for. I think this one. So some of these are okay. I think the wood color is what I don't like. It's a very dark wood. And I would love if I could just not have the wood color and just change the wood color, but keep the oranges and everything. I'm gonna just go put on the testing cheats. and do money bajillion. But the thing is, certain things in here I don't like. Okay, this is another. Honestly, this one. I think this bed can look amazing given the right colors. And like the black and the white one don't look bad. The red one looks not great. The blue one looks disgusting because the gold is too bright. I want it to be, and that one's just yuck. That one's pretty yuck as well. That one's okay. That one's not amazing. That one's not. I've never seen this swatch in my life. Get it away. That one's like interesting. Like I don't. And that one, yeah, it's bad. But yeah, so that's the thing. Is also one, we just got ladders and I haven't been able to use them yet because I haven't actually played yet since, again, I haven't played since Eco Lifestyle came out. So haven't gotten to use the ladders yet. Hope to at some point because that'll be fun. But if I could change the colors of this bed to make it look better, I would. And that's the same with so many other beds. Or even, here's the thing. With this, let's say I pick, I don't know, which one? Let's go comfort. So let's go, I pick this bed, or this couch. And then let's see, is there a matching love seat to this one? Answer, yes. But it's because it's a love seat. Okay, I only want sofas, guys. This one. Is there a matching love seat? What pack was that from? So I can check. It's from Island Living. And the verdict is no. There is not a matching love seat. However, if I had a color wheel, maybe I could pick this one up, because it's from the same pack, and change the color of it to match this. Or maybe I pick up this one and make it match the colors. Or I pick up, you know, whatever, and then I match the colors so that I can have a matching love seat. Another thing this can work for. Kitchens. Cabinets. This is my biggest pet peeve on the planet because I love this. This is from the like patio stuff, I think. And I think this is such a pretty countertop because it's beautiful. Problem, there isn't a matching cabinet to these. So if you want to use a cabinet that even somewhat matches it, you have to use this one. But maybe I just want these to have cabinets. Honestly, why don't they have cabinets? Why do you make... Okay, this is another one that really doesn't make sense. This one, it's called the Vault wall cabinets. These are the Vault countertops. That one kind of matches, right? Which one does that match? What about that one? This one, this countertop, and this cabinet are the only ones that match out of all of the Vault stuff. What is the purpose of not making a matching swatch? Why can I have these Vault modular counters and the Vault wall cabinets don't match? The only one that matches is that one with this one. That's the only one that matches. And it's not even the same swatch. I think that also makes me so upset. This matches. However, if we look at our cabinets, this is the second swatch on this one. Over here, if we go back here, this is the third swatch of the counters. What gives? Also, those two are supposed to match, but for some reason it has this white wall that doesn't make any sense. That one, other than the countertop, actually makes more sense with the wood that's on the outside. And this one doesn't match any of them. And it's sad because this one actually, in my opinion, this swatch, the first swatch, I think this one looks really nice as a cabinet swatch. I think that's really, really, like, it's a beautiful shade of, it's a beautiful, also, these don't match. Okay, they do. I was just hovering over one of them that made it brighter. I was like, did the wood swatches actually not match? But, like, what's the purpose? I don't understand why things don't match. Also, can you add more of these, please? So that we actually have one that has, like, a color that matches what we're trying to do. Because, like, that one is the one that a lot of people use. That one or this one. But neither one of them has a swatch that matches, like, a really nice... None of them match, like, that. Like, if you put either one of those on top of it, it doesn't look good. Like, I don't... It just doesn't... I just deleted a room. Fun fact, didn't know you could even do that. But, like, what's the purpose? I don't understand why you would add so much... So many different cabinets and countertops and not have something that matches. It's gotten to the point where every time I build a kitchen, I just use these because I like the shade of blue and I like the modern look of it, and it has a cabinet. Like, that's the only reason I use these, is because I like the look of it to a certain extent, and it has a cabinet. But if I just... But I like I said, I like this one. I think this cabinet, or this countertop, I think that looks so nice. And I would love to just have something like this that matches. But if you can't tell, it doesn't, it's not right. And I understand these do fit and look nicer than, like, any of your other choices of trying to match. However, it should have just come with, like, I think that's really my thing, is I don't understand why on earth EA was like, let's add these really nice looking countertops. Beautiful counters. And then let's not give them matching cabinets. Same thing with, like, sofas and love seats. What's the purpose of giving us a really nice looking sofa? I don't actually think it looks nice. I just using an example. This one actually does have a love seat, but not all of them do. And it's a lot of times the ones that would look really nice to have a matching love seat are the ones that don't have a matching love seat. Like, all the ones that don't look great and you don't really want to use, they got matching love seats. Of course they do. And sometimes they'll have, like, a matching chair, and, like, I get maybe you want a matching chair, but can you do both? Like, it's one of those things where, ooh, this is a nice chair. I've never used this chair. If you can't tell, I like the modern look of things. So, I'll always go with very modern looking chairs and modern looking everything. And these look super nice and modern of a thing, but they don't have matching counter with cabinets. And it makes me so upset every single time I go to build a house and I'm like, ooh, these are really nice counters. And then they don't have a matching cabinet. And I go, okay, I'm going back to old reliable. And I go back to the same blue countertop. Look, okay, here's the thing. Look at how many countertops there are. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 countertops. We have 6 cabinets. That's almost 50%. Like, I don't understand why you can't just put in more cabinets that match things. Also, that's another thing. Certain jobs and certain things, like hobbies, are just so much better than other ones for no reason other than that just they are. Take this for example. Painting. If your sim gets amazing at painting, they can make thousands of simoleons for one painting. And then books, you have to wait till every day for you to get royalties, which will, I assume at least, will make things better over time, because it would make sense for them to do better over time. But then you've got, like, photography is the worst. Photography is awful. I don't know anyone who's ever truly tried to use the photography skill in this game, because it's bad. Making a restaurant from the Dine Out, pointless. Making a vet from Cats and Dogs, pointless. Like, there's nothing is good in this. Like, I like this game. I play this game. It's fun. I have over 300 hours in this game. Almost 400, I think. But at this point, there's nothing for me to do that I haven't already done at least once. I have an idea for a series, which we still might do in The Sims 4, which is a 100% the game type of thing. Obviously, we'll exclude things that I don't have because I'm not about to buy more expansion packs to do a series. I'm sorry. I don't have enough money to do that. I'm about to start college. Sorry, that's not happening. But, but I have an idea of, like, completing the game 100%, so maxing out every skill. But I have this idea for a series where we completely try to, like, complete the game. Max out every skill, finish every single aspiration, like, do, like, literally everything we can do in the game. Even things that we'll just set as goals. So, like, own a vet, own a retail shop for a little while, own a restaurant for a little while. Like, literally do all of the things that we can do. Starting with just base amount of money that you get when you start the game, starting in a starter home. Like, that's what I want to do for a series. And I still might do that, because I still think that's a fun idea, and it could be interesting. But that's what I have to do for this game to have longevity. Make it a series and try to complete every single thing in the game. That is the only way to give this game longevity. There's no longevity in this game. It's all super short, fast goals. Become an adult. Already done. Spend $1,000 on kid stuff. I don't have any kids, but I can certainly do that. Read to a child for a total of 2 hours. I'll have to get a child, but you know, I mean, I have to become a parent is underneath read to a child, because I can just read to any random child on the street if I wanted to. Become a parent, socialize with my child 10 times, that's such a small number. Even just making that 25 times or 30 times would make that a better goal. 10? That's literally, I just sit there and I click the child 10 times and give it a different thing. Boom, I'm done. Be a parent to a child with 3 friends. Okay, now I gotta play as the child for a few seconds to go become friends with 3 other people. And then I have to have 3 kids now. It doesn't, that's not a goal. I'm never told that a goal will be to have 3 children. But now I have to have 3 children to do this one. Oh, and now I have to wait until one of my kids ages up into a young adult before I can even get married. Before they can get married and that goal can be done with. And then I have to socialize with your child or grandchild 10 times again. I can just socialize with the same kid 10 times. Have 4 grandchildren. Okay, that kid that got married, now you have 4 kids just because I wanted to complete this. Become good friends with 4 children or grandchildren. I already have 3 kids. If I just had another kid and I was just good friends with all of them, which you should be in this game because it's so easy to increase your social with someone. Like, it's pointless. What's my reward trait for this one? Patriarch. Patriarchs provide skill boosts whenever they are around their children. What is the purpose of that? When is that reward trait helpful? For something that will actually take a decent amount of time if you're wanting your kids to actually age up and actually play as them until the point where they can have kids of their own and you can have grandchildren. If you're actually going to play this entire thing trying to finish this aspiration, this will take a decent amount of time, and all you get is increased skill boosts. You're an elder at this point. By the time this is over, if you play it legitimately, your character is either at the end of his adulthood or is an elder at this point. So what's the point of having increased skill boost? You don't need to increase your skill for job anymore because you're retired now, or you're about to retire, or you're already at the max of your career because it's so easy to max your career out. It's a pointless reward, and it's easy but long to do the actual milestones and the actual things you're supposed to do. Animals. Let's look at this one. Have a pet in your household. That can be done in like 2 seconds. Be friends with 1 animal. Super easy. Be friendly with animals 12 times. I don't know if this has to be 12 different animals or just your animal can fit this role, because then once again you just click on your animal 12 times and there you go, you're done. Be friends with 5 animals. Now with this one you just have to go, you're probably already a companion with your animal if you were friendly to them 12 times. Like legitimately. Successfully train out 2 misbehaviors. That just depends on whether your pet is a misbehaving pet. Like, what if you get a pet that doesn't misbehave and never does misbehaviors? Unlikely, because the pets love to misbehave. But what if you just got lucky? What if you got like a really lazy dog or cat who doesn't do anything and just sits around on the couch? Like, they're so boring and pointless. This one is so easy. You just have to, again, it's just gaining skills. And if you had to do something to gain skills, maybe this could be fun and have some longevity. But literally, all of these where it's, get level 4, get level 6, get level 10. All you have to do with those, put down a treadmill in your house, tell your sim to go run on it every day. It's pointless. Also, long-lived. Long-lived sims live longer lives bearing any accidents. That's not a bad one, because you'll probably finish this one pretty quickly. And if you finish this one pretty quickly, you can live longer. Cool. Aspirations are just bad, and there's not enough of them as well. Once you do them all once, you basically know the entire game, and it's just boring at that point. And the fact that there are expansion packs and game packs that did not come with any aspirations. And then there are game packs that came with 3. We're going to go to Create a Sim to look at this. Okay. So, in base game, you have athletic. Also, it bothers me so much that they have never added another aspiration to the athletic. I'm not an athletic person. I don't care about athletics at all. But why is there only 1 athletic aspiration? This was a base game section. Animal, I understand, because you have one. Also, you could have added more though. You could have added one specifically for being for dogs and one specifically for cats, and you could have had 3 aspirations in the animal. Whoop-de-doo. Athletic, you literally have had one since day 1 of this game coming out because this was a base aspiration. Creative, 3 of these are base aspirations. 1 of them came from a expansion pack. Deviants, 2 base game. Family, 2 base game, 1 game pack. Food, 2 base game. Fortune, 2 base game. Knowledge, 3 base game, 2 expansion packs, 1 game pack. Location, 2 expansion packs. Love, 2 base game. Nature, 3 base game, 1 game pack. Popularity, 3 base game, 3 or 2 expansion packs, 1 game pack, I think. Okay, so this is where I get upset. Because expansion packs are supposed to expand the game. Hence their name, expansion pack, right? That makes sense. But they don't add any gameplay in expansion packs anymore, like at all. The first one, Get to Work, gave you 3 jobs, 0 aspirations that have to do anything with those jobs. That was Get to Work. Get to Work gave you 3 jobs, 0 aspirations. There are there are aspirations in here that you can do while doing a different job, but then after you finish that aspiration, if it's like a kind of quick one, you're gonna need to do another. You probably want to start another aspiration, and if you start an aspiration that needs you to be in a different job, now you have to quit your job that you've been working on for however long. It's pointless. Like, I don't understand why they added, like, they could have just added 1 for each of the jobs. They could have just added an aspiration, 1 for each of the jobs, and then also made the jobs like a little bit more interactive and fun, but that's beside the point. And then they could have put the detective job in the athletic, and then the athletic would have another aspiration. Finally, that would be nice. And then mad scientist and doctor would both be in knowledge. Like, it's not difficult to like see where they could have put aspirations. And personally, I believe it should have been 3 aspirations per expansion pack, 1 to 2 aspirations per game pack, and then stuff packs don't need aspirations. That's what I think they should have done. And you can do it if you look at their game packs, if you look at their expansion packs and game packs, and maybe you break the rule a few times. Like, for seasons, I think you still could. You could do like do all of this different stuff when the seasons are going on, and each season you change to a different section of the aspiration. So instead of like having to complete one section, having to complete the next section, instead it literally, like, during springtime you would have different things to complete this aspiration, and then once it turned into summer you would get a new part of your aspiration. And then if you had something else you needed to do in spring that you didn't do in spring, you would just wait until spring came back around. There you go. You can have that as one of your aspirations for seasons, but I don't think I feel like seasons is one that is a little bit more difficult to have expansion packs or to have aspirations for. So I get that. Get Together did have leader of the pack, but I'm pretty sure that's it. And they could have done for Get Together, they could have had like a dancer one for DJing. They could have done other aspirations for other things that came with the pack as well. Then you have, let's go to the main menu so I can look at all the packs, because I'm going to start forgetting them. City Living. City Living came with the first of the location aspirations, which was awful. However, City Living also came with a few careers. I think politician and freelancer, but I think those might actually be base game. I think they just added them. I don't remember, but I think both of those did come with City Living. So they could have added aspirations during that update, even if it wasn't City Living aspirations. But yeah, there's other things in City Living that they definitely could have put in. It's just location, and it's really boring. Even just like having like apartment something to do with apartments, that was like the whole selling point of City Living. We already talked about cats and dogs, how you could have had the one where it's just animal lover, which is the one we have, and then one for dogs and one for cats. And you could even call one of them, like, Crazy Cat Lady, and the other one, like, Dog Pack. I don't know, like, you could have named them some fun stuff. Seasons, I think, is the most difficult one, so I'm going to give them some slack. Get Famous has 2 or 3, I think. By the way, I don't know why I didn't just look up the expansion packs so I could actually, like, go through the... So I could actually, like, go through these. So Get Famous had a few. It had World Famous Celebrity and Master Actor, I believe. And a third one could have been, like, YouTuber, because they added in, like, the streaming stuff and, like, the YouTube and the video creation. They could have had that be another aspiration to be, like, a world-renowned celebrity based on, you know, being a YouTuber and editing and doing all that kind of stuff. There you go. Another one. Okay, now let's move on to Island Life. Beach Life is their aspiration. The worst aspiration in this game, period. That is the easiest aspiration to do, period. It is awful. That is an awful expansion pack. I wanted to love this expansion pack. I want to be a marine biologist. It added the marine biology career. This pack should be my favorite. It was boring. There was nothing. They added nothing to this game with the Island Life one. Like, there was no expert. Like, Sims 3. When you scuba dived, you went with your sim underwater and scuba dived. Sims 4, when you scuba dive, your sim goes underwater. And you watch bubbles. It was pointless. It did nothing. It was boring. It's just... It's so bad. The mermaids are boring. The job that they added, the conservationist job, the conservationist job, while I loved the marine biology section of it and wanted to really like the job, it was still boring. Also, if you were a mermaid, you couldn't do some of the jobs if you tried to work from home as a marine biologist, because it wouldn't let you snorkel because you're a mermaid. So you can't even do multiple parts of the pack all at once. You'd have to play them with different sims. You gotta have a mermaid sim with some other job, and then you gotta have another sim with a conservationist job, because they can't do the same stuff. Pointless. Awful. Worst expansion pack. Period. Because at least with Get Famous, you had, like, getting famous and, like, that kind of stuff, which I think is really fun. And you had the acting career, which was a really fun career. Now, I agree, the world was tiny. And I agree that, is it Sulani? I think it's Sulani, is a beautiful world. I love the island living world, and the, like, it looks beautiful. It's awful, though, because you can't do anything in that pack. The pack is pointless. The world's beautiful, the pack is pointless. It didn't add anything. No gameplay. But if you wanted, if you, like, I don't know, made the gameplay a little better, you could have had a mermaid aspiration. You could have had a marine biologist / conservationist aspiration if you wanted to. Like, there was a lot you could do if they even tried with that pack, which I don't think they did. Discovery University. Discovery University has 1, which is academic. And honestly, there's some other things you could do, like a debate master, like a robotics master. Like, you could do a few other things as well. Personally, I don't really think it needs it. I think it's kind of in the same boat as Seasons, as there you could add more, probably, if you thought about it hard enough, but I don't think it's as needed as with some of these other packs, which they basically added nothing. Eco Lifestyle. I think Eco Lifestyle actually came with multiple. Yeah, Eco Lifestyle was actually pretty good, like, from what I've heard. Now let's go to game packs. So the first game pack ever to be added was Outdoor Retreat. I think they could have added an aspiration or 2 for Outdoor Retreat. I'm fine that they didn't, because it was also the first one, because that was the thing. I don't expect an aspiration from game packs. I expect aspirations from expansion packs. The problem is that 2 of the packs that give you the most aspirations are both game packs. Vampires and Realm of Magic, which are two of my favorite packs because they actually add gameplay for you to do something in the game and you're not just standing around. Those are the only two packs that came with, they both came with, I think, 3. They both came with 3. In Knowledge, you have 2. You have Master Vampire and Spellcraft, oh, not Spellcraft and Sorcery. Where is it? Maybe it's in Popularity. I know you have Good Vampire. You have Master Vampire. I feel like there's another one. Am I wrong? I might be wrong. Oh no, it's in Family. Vampire Family. You have 3 aspirations for vampires, and you have 3 aspirations for the Realm of Magic. You have Spellcraft and Sorcery. You have the Potions one. And then, what's the other one? I know there's 3. Where is it? I clicked on the... Am I wrong? Favorite potions. I was wrong. You only get 2 for Realm of Magic, but still, you got 2 aspirations when you've got literal expansion packs that are supposed to expand what you can do in the game that have none. You have expansion packs with 0 aspirations added, and you have one game pack, Vampires, that has 3 aspirations added, and you have another game pack, Realm of Magic, that has 2. Like, I don't understand how. Also, here's another thing. World Famous Celebrity could have been split into 2 different celebrity ones. One where you try to have a really great reputation, and one where you have a really bad reputation. Like, they could have just split some of these up to be more, like, where you felt like your aspiration was actually you kind of creating and living through your character's life and making the decisions on whether you wanted to be good or bad or do this or do that. And instead, they just kind of said, nah. They were just like, here's a generic overview of multiple parts of the pack. And some of these, like City Native and Beach Life, and I think the one for Strangeville, and possibly some of the ones for Eco Lifestyle as well, they basically are just aspirations that lead you through what they created for that pack. And then after you're done with that aspiration, you virtually don't even need to play that pack anymore because you've done everything in the pack, because those 2 aspirations made you do everything in the pack. It's just, it's not good. And that's the problem. It could have been good. This game could have been amazing. But they just didn't put effort into longevity and into... I have started so many saves. And that's because I used to actually delete my saves, but like when I started a new one. Like legitimately, that's what I used to do. So that's the only reason why there isn't as many as there should be. I'll start a game and I'll never come back to it. I'll play it maybe twice, 3 times, maybe for a week. And then I'm done. I never want to touch it again. And if you notice, a lot of times it's after they get married and have kids. And that's when I stop playing. Because then I have to worry about the kids, and then it just gets boring because I'm worrying about the kids, and I'm wanting to do this, I'm wanting to do that, and it's just like, ugh, I don't care anymore, I'm done. So, to make a long story short, I'm going to do a series on The Sims 4 where I try to complete all of the aspirations and max out every skill. I'm not looking forward to it because this game is very boring. But I'm going to do it because I think it will be more fun than just playing this game normally now. Also, I'm a bad builder, and that doesn't help. I'm awful at building in this game, and that's what a lot of the people who still play The Sims 4 and play it consistently do, is they just build. Because that's one of the best parts of the building and character creation are the 2 best parts of this game. Actually playing the game, the boring part of the game. It's just, it's not, like, that's what, here's the thing. People were talking about how they were worried that Paralives wouldn't actually be a life simulator, and instead it would just become like a character creator. And if you don't know, Paralives is a game that's an indie game that's being created by people who are trying to make a life simulator that is better than The Sims 4, basically, is like their whole goal. And, which, again, not a hard bar, not a high bar at all, easy. But one thing that they're doing And people were worried because they were just showing off a lot of build stuff, and they were showing off a lot of and they recently showed off a decent amount of character creation stuff. And people were like, "Oh, I'm worried that it's just going to become a character creator and a building simulator, and there's not actually going to be any life gameplay." Point to where the life gameplay is in The Sims 4. That lasts for any amount of time that's longer than a week, because I can't see it. This game, at the end of the day, is more of a character creation simulator and a building simulator than it ever was a life simulator. And the base game, at its initial release, proves this. At initial release, there wasn't toddlers. You went from baby to child to teen to young adult to elder. There wasn't pools in the base game when it first came out. It was the most boring game when it first came out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. This has been a fun rant. I've been recording for an hour. I don't know how much of this is going to make it into a video. But I hope you all enjoyed. I enjoyed ranting. It's actually very fun for me to rant. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, subscribe, like, all of the fun stuff. Comment down below what your thoughts on The Sims 4 is. Do you agree with me? Do you think this game is boring because they didn't add anything to make it an actual life simulator, basically, and it's just a bunch of nothing? Or do you disagree completely, and you think that it's a great game, and it's amazing, and it has longevity, it has everything, it's great? If you say that, I'm going to really hardcore disagree with you, because there is no longevity in this game whatsoever. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know what it'll be. Actually, oh, that's a problem. I don't know what it's going to be. Ooh, and the next video is Friday. And that's supposed to be story games. I don't have a story game to play. Okay, we're probably going to, like, skip. We're not going to skip Friday. We're probably going to stop with my current schedule of Minecraft whatever and then full story series, because I don't have any full story games to play right now, and I don't got the money to buy a new one right now, so we'll see. I'll see you then. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.